Hello chaps, it's Troy Francis coming at you from London with another video. Women will always cheat on this type of man, okay? We are going to go there, we're going to go deep into some red pill truths that you'd probably rather not hear, okay? But you've got to hear it, it's medicine, okay? You've got to hear it, so stay tuned. Women will always cheat on this type of dude, okay? The dude who is too needy, okay? The dude who is too invested in her, all right? The dude who is too possessive because he is too invested in her, okay? And the dude or the man who rests on his laurels in the relationship, okay? So if you're ticking any of those boxes, if you're any of those things, then unfortunately, the likelihood of you being cheated on is extremely high in today's dating marketplace. Why is that? Well, it's because women are hypergamous, okay? Which basically means they want the best possible deal they can get in the mating marketplace, and why the hell wouldn't they, right? I mean, we all do. So if she is engaged with you, not engaged, but you know, she's in a relationship with you, and she feels like this guy's a bit weak, this guy isn't really shaping up in terms of, you know, what her hindbrain is telling her an alpha male should be, then you're on shaky ground, okay? And as I say, unfortunately, and somewhat counterintuitively, this often comes about because you are too needy. You know, you're too needy, you're too possessive, okay? And this is a weird dichotomy because we get all these guys who have, you know, big manosphere channels and stuff like that, and they sort of say things like, yeah, don't let your girl go to the club, and all this kind of thing. Now, if you're in a serious relationship with somebody, and maybe you're living together and you are considering marriage and all that kind of thing, I would agree that it's inappropriate for individuals, generally speaking, within that relationship to be, you know, going out and partying every night. I mean, that seems to be not the right way that things should be. I certainly wouldn't want to be in a relationship of that kind myself. But, you know, if you're just casually dating somebody and she wants to go to the club on Friday night with her friends, and then you come on there and you try to be all sort of like, you know, 2D alpha, like the internet dudes, and you're like, no, and all like that, right? How is she going to interpret that? She's going to think, well, this guy is afraid that other men are going to steal me away, okay? Why is he afraid of that? He's afraid of that because on some level, he believes that he doesn't measure up, okay? On some level, this is what she's thinking, this guy doesn't think that he's the prize. Why doesn't he think that? Well, it must be because he knows that he isn't all that, okay? And remember, irrational self-confidence is the most attractive thing, okay? And if you're too possessive, you're too needy, you're too sort of, you know, trying to contain her the whole time, then really you're displaying the opposite of irrational self-confidence, because the irrationally self-confident dude wouldn't give a damn, okay? So there's a bit of a dichotomy here, I agree. And again, I think with all of this stuff, it's very nuanced, and it kind of depends what sort of relationship you're in, what stage, what phase in the relationship you're in, and what you want, you know. And I think one of the problems that a lot of men that I coach have when they come into this whole dating thing is they are too focused on looking for a partner. They're too focused on looking for a girlfriend. You know, you say to them, so what do you want? They're like, well, I want a relationship. I want a girlfriend. I want to meet a girl with wifey qualities that I can settle down with. And that's all very laudable, that's all very nice, and for your longer term plan in life, that may be true, that may well be true. But it's a mistake to approach the dating marketplace with that frame. And the reason is because you're going to come across as a bit of a boring fucker. All right, to put it crudely, I'll try and think of a more refined way of saying it, but you're going to come across as a bit controlling, a little bit boring, and kind of the antithesis of the things that really attract her, okay? Because what's really going to attract her? What's really going to attract her is a guy who's, you know, a little bit edgy, a little bit unpredictable, kind of does his own thing, is not possessive because he's so concerned with his own life. He's doing stuff over here. She should be wondering about you, all right? That's a very important point. If you only take one thing from this video, take that. She should be wondering about you. She should be wondering what you're doing on Friday night. Not you sitting there, you know, whimpering about what she's doing on Friday night. She should be thinking, shit, what's Troy doing on Friday night? Where is he? He hasn't texted me for 2 days. What the fuck's happened? All right? That's the way round it should be. Not the other way around. If you like online, like, oh my God, she said she's going to the club with her friends. If you're in that situation, somewhere along the line, you've fucked up. And it's probably because you've shown too much need too early on, all right? You've, too early on in the partnership or the coupling or whatever you want to call it, you have shown your cards too strongly. You know, it's like you've presented this thing as like, I want you to be my girlfriend. And then she says, I've got to go to the club with my friends on Friday. Like, oh my God. And it's this huge thing. And you're complaining on the internet and you're, you know, writing on YouTube comments and forums and all that sort of shit. The frame was wrong from the first place because you went into the thing in the boyfriend mode, okay? Which you shouldn't have done, you naughty fucker, okay? You shouldn't do that. You've got to go into this thing as the lover, the guy who basically, yeah, he likes her, he's attracted to her, of course, you know, he has those strong feelings, but he doesn't need her. And furthermore, he's got a load of other stuff going on anyway. He's fucking busy. He's traveling around, he's doing exciting shit, okay? He's not sitting there on the end of the phone like, oh my God, what's she doing on Thursday night? Oh, okay? And if you are like that, if that's how you're presenting, then it's much more likely that she is going to cheat. She is going to think, well, look, this dude over here in the club, who's like, you know, he's got the six-pack, he's having a fucking blast, he's not needy, he's not possessive, he doesn't give a fuck, he's obviously got loads and loads of options. Suddenly that dude is going to seem all the more attractive to her than you, whimpering on and like belly aching about, you know, oh my God, sorry, you've got to like, you know, you've got to toe the line with my program and all this sort of shit, you know? So yeah, you've got to be, particularly in the early stages of these things, particularly in this dating marketplace, okay? Well, you know, it's not 1950 anymore, unfortunately. It's not this sort of courtship type thing where people are getting together and it's like, okay, so we're going to be boyfriend and girlfriend and then it's definitely going to lead towards marriage or any of that shit. You know, you've got to come into this as a free agent. You know, you like her, you're attracted to her, but you don't need her, okay? And also, as I said, you've got other shit going on. And if you're not presenting like that, then there is a problem and it's likely that things are going to fuck up at some point, okay? So I hope this makes sense. It's a little bit of a rant. If you're not clear on this, you can drop me an email, troy@realtroyfrancis.com, and we can have a conversation about it. But you've got to think about the meta framing of this stuff, all right? And I think a lot of guys are just coming into this market with the wrong programming initially, if that makes sense, okay? You've got to come into this as the sort of mysterious, more like the James Bond character who's in, he's out, she's never quite sure, you know, where she stands with him at the beginning. After, you know, as things progress, sure, you can sort of relax a little bit and you bond together. But that takes a lot of time to get to that point because also, you're also looking at her behavior as well. You know, you're looking at what she does. Is this really somebody that you want to spend, the feds. Is she really somebody that you want to spend, you know, a considerable part of your life with? I mean, it takes time to know that, all right? You can't just sit down with somebody after a couple of days and go, yeah, all right, yeah, girlfriend material, box ticks, right, that's it. And also as well, the other point about this is when you're in the relationship, you can't relax. And this is the big mistake that a lot of dudes make, okay? You get into that relationship and, you know, maybe you guys are living together now or whatever, you know, you're in a steady, stable thing. And you start to let it all go because you're like, yeah, all right, box ticked, got the girlfriends, got the job, got the car, get the weekends off, go to Zante once a year on my fucking holiday, drink beer at the weekend, watch the football, everything's good, okay? And then, you know, you stop working out, you stop going to the gym, you stop seeing your friends, you stop doing the self-development stuff, you start to get out of shape, you start to, you know, and you stop doing interesting, exciting stuff that would have made her attracted to you in the first place, okay? So you can't take your foot off the gas as a man ever. You've always got to be self-improving. You've always got to be building an exciting life. You've always got to be improving yourself, okay? We don't get any time off. We don't get any time off. You know, you can't complain about this. This is just the fucking way it is, okay? Because if you do take your foot off the gas, okay, and she senses that, again, you become less attractive, her attraction to you falls, and suddenly, you know, the pool boy, or, you know, Chad from the local Equinox gym or whatever starts to look much more attractive, and that's when you're in the danger zone and the possibility of cheating arises. Okay, so those are the types of guys that women will always cheat on: the guys who are too needy, who are too possessive too early on, and also the guys who let themselves go in the relationship. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notifications bell, because God knows I'm probably shadow banned to hell. And also got my free email list. The link is below. You can buy my collection of books, Renegade Dating Blueprint. The link is below. And if you want to jump on a free call with me, the link is below. I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye-bye.